The future is orange. How much orange is on this?
We have about 2,500 verses that are still yet to be fulfilled.
Really?
And that was done basically by a logical progression. If we don't see a 1,500-mile square city anywhere, we don't see heaven and earth as being one yet, we don't have forever done yet, so those are the furthest out. And then you come into a time when you've got Christ basically judging everyone, the wicked dead, and you've got 1,000-year reign, which is surprising because most prophecy we think of, and we spend so much time on this tribulation and arguing over smaller events. There's only about 516 verses for that 7-year period. There's 1,122 verses for that 1,000-year reign, which is absolutely amazing. If the Lord was going to come back today in 7 short years, we have a whole different world that's painted.
So 2,500
Yes.
scriptures that are orange.
Yes.
Wow. Have you had an orange go away since you've done this?
Well,
okay, check that one off. Put him over here.
I've got the green, which is actually about 80 to 90 verses that are currently being fulfilled right now as we speak.
Can you give me an example?
Well, it says that in the last days, men would turn away from the truth and they would lay hold of myths. And
like I just said, they're not going to church, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We tend to cling to men's opinions rather than the Word of God, and we're really seeing that on an increase dramatically.
Boy, are you right on that. I am appalled at what I see in the church today. Just appalled of huge ministries that don't ever mention the cross, Calvary, the blood. Okay, the fulfilled ones are red. Is that the greatest number?
No, those are, there is a large number of them. There's actually the blue and the red combined are about 2,000 of them. One thing that you had mentioned, if I found anything fascinating, was I was able to actually take many of those fulfilled verses in history and actually move them in the chronology to the place where their fulfillment is. So like Daniel chapter 11 is actually just a chronology of in between the two testaments, and you can actually see all the fulfillment in very great detail, which king was going to fight who, which one was going to tax who, which daughters would marry each other. And we can look at world history and see those events all fulfilled.
Was this really an exciting trip? I mean,
It very was.
Oh my word!
It's just absolutely
I get
amazing.
excited just hearing you talk about it. Okay, the current ones are green, and more than 400 biblical dates.
Yes.
Why is that important?
Well, I think the biblical dates are very important because today we see time being attacked more than anything. We see in an old earth model, we see people wanting to hold on to a very old earth, and I was old earth because that's all I was ever taught. Mm-hmm. Finally in 2004, I said, I'm going to find out for myself, and that's when I started making these calculations. It took 7 years for me to finalize the calculations. I matched mine up with Archbishop Usher. He did it 400 years ago. Our two dating systems matched exactly with the exception of just 2 calculations. We're about 44-year difference.
How old do you think the Earth is?
Well, it's 5,971 years old this last September.
Man, I did a whole week with a scientist here, and he would agree with you. That just kind of leaves me kind of speechless because I've had a couple on here, and you know they try to tell us that the Earth is millions and millions and millions of years old. Oh, that's amazing. When you see God in chronological order, is there some major mistake that we believe or that would affect what's going on or affect our own walk with the Lord?
Well, actually, one thing that I think is important about seeing this chronology is that in Daniel 7:25 and also 11:35, it says that there is going to be someone in the end time that's going to speak against the Most High. And what is he going to try and do? When you read those verses, it says he's going to try to change the set times or the appointed time. And I think that's part of this whole strategy of what's going on is we're seeing an elongated time. And that's the enemy's strategy completely, is because he knows his time's short, but he's
Makes
deceived.
sense. We are out of time, but this has been so fascinating. I hope you've written down that website. This is a gift. It's a gift to the church. It's a gift to the believer.